Hey guys, hope everything's going well. You guys know the drill. Smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't, and comment down below. Alrighty, one thing before I start my video, I did notice my last video. I saw some comments on my phone on YouTube. However, when I looked for those comments, they were nowhere to be found. So it's weird, unless the comments were deleted. So, I would have responded to that, but it just didn't appear. So, YouTube's being a little weird. Anyways, I wanted to get into this topic of SGC versus PSA. And I saw some videos out there on YouTube saying that, hey, I want to submit more cards to PSA, excuse me, to SGC because of the backlog PSA has. And I've asked in previous video, what is the total amount of cards in PSA's backlog? Is it 10 million? Is it 8 million? Is it 6 million? Is it 4 million? Someone let me know what the backlog is, or was as of middle of March of this year. Like I said, Darren Ravel said it's 10 million. If it's 10 million and they're averaging about 500, 600 cards a month, it's going to take over a year for this backlog to clear out. So that's just an analysis. So that's why you see the guy Jeff Wilson over at Sports Card Investor. I believe that's his YouTube channel. He is starting a submission group with SGC, so they send it in bulk. They get discounting prices. So instead of 30, 35 bucks, it's a little cheaper if you send multiple cards in. They get the discount, and I'm sure that Sports Card Investor, gets a cut out of that. And the thing is, he said he believes that SGC will be a better grading company in the future. And part of the reason is less people are sending cards to PSA. Even if PSA opens up, guess what? The prices are probably going to go higher. PSA may be geared towards high-end cards in the future. I think that's the direction where they may be headed. Who knows? And SGC may be everything. They were known in the past for vintage, but it seems that they're going to be doing more and more modern cards as time passes. And they definitely have been doing a better job than BGS, in my opinion. Now, that being said, I haven't submitted too many cards to SGC. There's only one, the Federer card, the 2001 hand cut. I showed that in a previous video. But I do want to show the other cards that I have. These are actually, cheaper versions. Or these are, like $10, $15 cards that I bought. Some have definitely gone up. This is a 1991, 1992 Skybox Shooting Star Larry Bird SGC 8. I do like the slabs of these, though. There's a 2002 Pacific Update, number 100, Tom Brady, SGC 9. Okay. Nothing too particular. I like this card the most out of the SGC cards that I have. Actually, number 2, I like the hand cut SGC, which is a SGC 7. But this is a 2009 Donruss Optic MVP. I really like this. I got it for $10. I'm pretty sure this SGC 9 is probably worth maybe $40, $50 as of right now. And I'm looking at Tom Brady cards in the future for SGC. I'm looking at potentially investing in them. I'll show you this one PSA card that I have of Tom Brady. This is a PSA 8 Tom Brady card, and this is a number 236. A few years ago, you could have got this card for 200 some bucks. I'm not joking. Maybe 5 years ago, you could have gotten it maybe close to $100, $150. I have to do some research on that. Anyways, So I compared this to the next Fleer 86 Jordan card. People uh, didn't like, or some people said, no, you can't compare Brady to Jordan. And I'm like, well, in their sports, they are the GOATs. And Tom Brady is still playing. So the demand for his cards may not be as high as maybe 15 years from now when he's retired and when a lot of people are like, man, Tom Brady is amazing. We haven't seen any quarterback like that. And the only guy that I think can compete with Brady in the future and maybe win a few rings is Mahomes. But, Mahomes has to stay healthy. And, in the Super Bowl, Mahomes usually gets torched by the defenses because he's facing tough defenses. Anyways, going back to this, this PSA 8, I don't know what the market comp as of right now. It could be somewhere between 1,300 to about 2,000. Before the Super Bowl, it sold close to $3,000. Maybe I should have sold one and then, bought one right now. That probably would have been the smart idea, as I have what, 5 of these, and then I have a PSA 7. And if you look at a Fleer 1986 Michael Jordan card, PSA 8 goes for about $8,000 to $12,000. It depends on the card itself. Sometimes it may be undergraded. So if it's undergraded and it's the best looking 8 out there, it's probably going to fetch around $11,000 to $12,000. Any other average card, probably $8,000 to $10,000. And if you look at an SGC, I saw some comps for SGC Michael Jordan Fleer 86 that went for about 75, 7,600 maybe a month ago. And this gets me thinking, and going back to Jeff Wilson and SGC, if I see an equivalent of the SGC out there, I may be willing to buy it. Not right now. The prices are too frothy. Like I said, I was buying when it was cheaper, and I really don't feel comfortable buying too many sports cars as of right now. I'm in the sell mode. I am in the buy mode of, the S&P 500. I was making some buys today as the market was dipping down. I saw, all the news about cars and long lines, and I look at specifically the volatility index. The volatility index seemed overstretched, and the Federal Reserve still has easy money. Yield curve is upward sloping positive, so that's why I was aggressively buying today. Could I be wrong that the market may take a dip lower? Yeah, it could, but I'm still bullish this year and the next. Not so sure about 2023. I'll have to reassess at that time. But I'm not buying these sports cars right now, like I said. But in a few years, if we get a dip, in some Brady cars, I'm going to potentially look at obviously some PSA and BGS 8s, but I may be looking at SGC. SGC could get ahead of BGS. I don't really know that many people doing videos on BGS submissions. I think I saw one the other day. But right now, I see people in their 30s and 40s probably pivoting to SGC. And what I want to do is I want to look at all the Tom Brady 236 because, once again, I believe this is the next Fleer 86 Jordan card. Some people say, no, that card is the holy grail. Okay, but still, this is probably one of the most liquid cards of Tom Brady. And also of liquidity, people want it because it's the generic card. It's what the hobby defined as Tom Brady's card to get. You're not going to make $1 million, but it's something to have in your collection. And that's what I'm going to be doing next few years. Market takes a dip, maybe 30-40% on some of these Brady's. The 236, I'm probably going to look at the SGC. And I did the price comps earlier. PSA 8 of Jordan, $8 to $12,000. SGC 8 went for about $7,600. So if I get one of the SGC cards for $800, $900 when the next market dips hard, maybe a decade from now, that card could be worth, $8,000. Follow it like how MJ's card's going. And, this card, who knows? This could be 8 to 10 grand. It sounds insane, but I expect the dollar to go down significantly in the next decade, not all at once. And the inflation will come. Society is going to be a little chaotic, and therefore, I expect collectibles to be doing well. But in the meantime, when it doesn't do well, maybe in the next 2-3 years, that's when I'm going to be in buy mode. Anyways, guys, I wanted to hear, are you guys interested in SGC cards? Are you buying any SGC cards? Are you looking to avoid it? Are you just solely focusing on PSA cards, as that's what the market is right now, despite PSA having some problems? I'd like to hear from you guys. Are you planning to submit through Jeff Wilson's website? Are you planning to submit any of these cards in the coming future? I'd like to know. Anyways, guys, smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't, leave a comment down below, and I'll talk to you later, guys. Thanks. Bye.